Hey guys, this is Kim with the Gig Review 2, your place for gig works, giggles, and occasional groove out. I just saw on Uber that they have, not only are they taking cash, which I think I talked about in another video, but they are taking cash. They're also, they purchase curb. So in some metros, you can get a taxi on the Uber platform, and a taxi will cost half as much as the actual Uber will cost. A little inflammation. We'll deal with that later. So that's interesting. You don't get the taxis on the platform in the burbs, but you get them in the city, at least in Chicago market. The last thing that I've just noticed on the user side, where you used to rate the driver, it said like thank you or okay. Now it says tip, and it has an amount in there. So it's a percentage, because sometimes, it's been $5 and something, excuse me, for me, hungry. And then sometimes it's been $2. So I think it just depends on how much you are spending. But as a person who already tips but doesn't tip every time, as a user, just putting that button in a different spot is a little bit sneaky, you know? It's not like you're giving from the heart, you're giving accidentally. But I mean, it's fine. It's great to give. The more you give, the more you get back. But it's like Uber, I feel like that's not very transparent, like how they put it. Before, it's like you're intentionally tipping. Now it kind of feels like they're tricking you into tipping, because they are not paying the drivers up to 70%, as I believe what was promised in the lawsuit. We're getting 50% or less, maybe a little bit more, but typically less than 50%. So they're really pushing, and that's talking from a driver and a passenger. Okay, they're really pushing for us drivers to go and help them lobby so that new taxes aren't imposed on their services. Yet they are still not paying us as much, and they are still not being very transparent about the mileage that you are driving when you drive for Uber, which is kind of like the point, one of the reasons why they got sued. So it is a little bit weird. I feel like, once again, as I've always said, Lyft is more for the driver and Uber is more for the passenger. On a passenger standpoint, Lyft is really excellent with customer service. You can actually talk to someone. You can get, $20 if you like return something to someone. On the driver's side, like, it's all a guarantee. They had women first, women plus first, so they care about women and LGBTQ plus community. They want people to feel safe. Like, Lyft has more reasons why you can complain, the car is dirty or the driver didn't follow your directions, more than just the basic standard stuff that I feel like Uber has. So that's great. They are paying, 50% to even like 70%. So that's great. It's not the full 70%, but it's up to 70%. So at least, you are getting the 50%. But Uber, like, someone told me that, a driver told me the other day, actually, that he took someone, and it does ebb and flow with, supply and demand. We understand economics, but like, he drove them from Chicago to New Buffalo, Michigan, a family, and the family told them they were being charged $250, and he was only getting $100 from Uber, using his vehicle, his time, his gas, his mileage. He's only getting $100 from the $250. So that's pretty greedy. And so to now have the cabs on the platform, which any person's going to take a car that's half the price, I understand, like, wanting to incorporate cabs and not have them feel left out, but he bought the curb platform like on the low, which a taxi driver told me. So, and that is just putting more competition on an already strained system, where the drivers just are really we're not getting our fair share in pay, in my opinion, when it comes to maintenance, mileage, gas, insurance, dealing with the type of people that we have to deal with sometimes, that eat nasty things, smell bad, leave alcohol in your car, bite their nails and leave the freaking DNA in your car, leave empty, food containers in your car, don't ask you if they could eat first, try to vape in your car, smell like literal shit, like the ones that are like super political and like just want to complain to you all day about what's going on in the government, or treat you like a therapist. Like, I am a driver, I'm not a tour guide, I'm none of those things. So it's a lot of stress and frustrations that can come with these jobs, and to have someone that, without us, we are the product and we're the service together. So being the product and the service, you think that you would pay out a little bit more, But that's not really what this post is about. This post is really just about letting you know that as a customer, they move the okay button when you're rating to now reflect a tip. So you can tip accidentally, or you can tip more than you intended to tip accidentally. From a driver's perspective, like I said, they bought Curb in, I don't know, check your city. Is this active in New York, Miami? Is this active in Vegas, LA? You know, the top 10, Seattle, Houston, Dallas. Is this active in these areas? In Portland, like, let me know, like, is it there? Like, can you get a cab on the Uber platform in the metropolis near where you are? And if so, how much is it compared to the Uber? And then the last thing is, you know, they both do have Women Plus now, so that's great. You can connect with other female drivers, other LGBTQ plus drivers, just to create a sense of security and safety. So, oh, and the last thing is Uber started taking cash. So Uber Cash isn't available on every ride all the time. And as a driver, you can opt in or opt out. You don't have to give change to them. Somehow Uber gives them the change back. I don't really know how that affects your pay or anything. But as a customer, I've used it one time. The ride was $8 and some change. I gave them a $10 bill. Didn't expect any change back. But I know the platform did say to me that it is not up to them to necessarily have change, because I know a lot of drivers are concerned about like robberies and, you know, people knowing that you have a lot of cash on you, asking for change, seeing how much you have, and then sticking you up, right? As I used to do with the cab drivers. So you can opt in as a customer or opt out for paying with cash, but that's basically what's going on. And thanks for listening to the gig review too.